And after 5 days the high priest Ananiah came down with certain elders, and with an orator, one Tertullos, and they informed the governor against Paulos. And when he was called, Tertullos began to accuse him, saying, Seeing that by thee we enjoy much peace, and that by thy providence evils are corrected for this nation, we accept it in all ways and in all places, most excellent Perlix, with all thankfulness. But that I be no further tedious to thee, I entreat thee to hear us of thy clemency a few words. For we have found this man a pest, and a mover of insurrections among all the Yehudim throughout the inhabited earth, and a ringleader of the sect of the Nazarene people, who moreover was trying to profane the temple, on whom also we laid hold of. From whom thou wilt be able by examining him thyself to take knowledge of all these things whereof we accuse him. And the Yehudim also joined in the charge, affirming that these things were so. And when the governor had beckoned to him to speak, Paulos answered, Forasmuch as I know that thou hast been of many years a judge to this nation, I cheerfully make my defence, seeing that thou canst take knowledge that it is not more than 12 days since I went up to worship at Jerusalem, and neither in the temple did they find me disputing with any man, or stirring up a crowd, nor in the synagogues, nor in the city. Neither can they prove to thee the things whereof they now accuse me. But this I confess to thee, that after the way which they call a sect, so serve I the God of our fathers, believing all things which are according to the law, and which are written in the prophets, having hope toward the God which these also themselves look for, that there shall be a resurrection both of the just and unjust. See how he says that he worships God after the way. That is the name that he gave to his faith in Yeshua. He didn't call it Christianity, he called it the way. Herein I also exercise myself to have a conscience void of offence towards the God and men always. Now after some years I came to bring alms to my nation, and offerings, in which alms and offerings they found me purified in the temple, with no crowd, nor yet with tumult. But there were certain Yehudim from Asia, who ought to have been here before thee, to make accusation, if they had aught against me. Or else let these men themselves say what wrongdoing they found when I stood before the council, except it be for this one voice, that I cried standing among them, Touching the resurrection of the dead I am called in question before you this day. But Perlix, more exactly having known the things concerning the way, deferred them, saying, When Lucius the chief captain shall come down, I will determine your matter. And he gave order to the centurion that he should be kept in charge, and should have relief, and not to forbid any of his friends to serve him. But after certain days Perlix came with Drusilla, his woman, who was a Jewess, and sent for Paulos, and heard him concerning the faith in anointed Yeshua. And as he reasoned of righteousness and self-control and the judgment to come, Perlix was terrified, and answered, Go thy way for this time, and when I have a convenient season, I will call thee to me. At that same time, also hoping that money would be given him of Paulos, wherefore also sending for him the oftener, he communed with him. But when 2 years were fulfilled, Perlix was succeeded by Porcius Festus, and desiring to gain favor with the Yehudim, Perlix left Paulos in bonds.